You may think these images are scenes from the movie Avatar or another distant, quake-ravaged planet. It's astonishing to think that these places actually exist on our own planet. Here are 10 surreal places that actually exist. Number 10. Tianxi Mountains, China. The Tianxi Mountains in China's Hunan province stand out as some of the most extraordinary mountain formations globally, spanning an area of around 17,000 acres. Comprised of quartz sandstone, they began emerging from the earth about 400 million years ago. Over time, erosion has shaped these slender peaks, reaching a height of 3,976 feet. They are named after a legend of a farmer who rose against an oppressive regime, styling himself as the Son of Heaven. Enshrouded in mist, these mountains evoke a sense of mystique, serving as inspiration for landscapes in movies like Avatar and drawing numerous tourists to the region. Number 9. Grand Prismatic Spring, Wyoming, USA. The Grand Prismatic Spring, renowned for its stunning array of colors, can be found in Yellowstone National Park and is hailed as the largest hot spring in the U.S. Surpassing the size of a football field, it spans about 370 feet wide with a depth of at least 160 feet, large enough to accommodate a 10-story building. Fed through a crack in its floor, the spring releases up to 560 gallons of water every minute. Maintaining a temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit, it is encircled by vibrant rings, a result of microbes thriving in hot environments. Depending on the season, visitors can marvel at hues ranging from reds and oranges to yellows, greens, and blues. Number 8. Montera Venezuela. We're accustomed to seeing natural formations with irregular shapes, making it seem nearly impossible for something to have a rigid design. However, Montera in Venezuela is no ordinary mountain. Its 12-square-mile summit is surrounded by 13-foot-tall cliffs, forming an almost square shape. Positioned on a tripoint border between Venezuela, Guyana, and Brazil, it has long been entrenched in local beliefs. The Payman and Capone people consider it to be the stump of a giant tree that once bore all the fruits and vegetables in the world. The seemingly unscalable cliffs have inspired numerous stories, including The Lost World by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and Paradise Falls from the movie Up. Number 7. Lake Reda. In Senegal, on the northwest coast of Africa, about 18 miles northeast of the Senegalese capital Dakar, lies a lake unlike anything found elsewhere in the world, Lake Reda. It boasts an extremely high salt content, providing ideal conditions for Dunaliella salina alga to thrive. These algae are bright red in color, giving the water a pink hue. This unusual coloration is more prominent during the region's dry season, between November and June, and is accentuated by the magenta bushes that grow around its shores. The lake is also an important economic center, with thousands of people relying on retrieving and selling the salt deposits, as well as fishing the waters. However, catches here do not quite match up to those in other lakes because the fish only grow to around 1/4 of the size due to the salty water in which they live. Number 6. The Crooked Forest, Poland. Deep within a forest near the town of Grafino in Poland lies a phenomenon that has baffled researchers and visitors alike since its discovery, the Crooked Forest. Approximately 400 pine trees in this forest have grown in a highly abnormal manner. It is believed that they were planted during the 1930s when the region was part of Germany. After emerging from the ground as usual, these trees bent sharply towards the north for several feet before resuming their upward growth. The reason for this peculiar growth pattern remains unknown. 2 theories have been proposed. One suggests human intervention, possibly due to a tool used during planting, while the other speculates a freak weather event, such as a snowstorm, during their early development. However, since no records support either theory, it is quite possible that we may never know for certain. Number 5. Stone Forest, Madagascar. Madagascar is renowned for its unparalleled biodiversity, but its geological features are equally remarkable. The stone forest, located within the Tsingy de Moraia National Park, traces its origins back hundreds of millions of years when it was once a lagoon. Over time, limestone deposits accumulated on the seabed, and tectonic activity lifted them above the water's surface. As the lagoon receded, more limestone was exposed and gradually eroded by monsoon rains over millennia. Groundwater erosion also played a significant role, forming caves that later collapsed, leaving behind a landscape of towering stone pillars with deep canyons between them. This has resulted in the largest such formation globally. Its name, Tsingy, translates to where one cannot walk barefoot, serving as a stark warning. Some pillars, reaching heights of up to 26 feet, have sharp edges capable of easily cutting through flesh or equipment, necessitating careful traversal. Number 4. Lake Baikal, Russia. Lake Baikal in southern Siberia is the largest freshwater lake globally, holding nearly a quarter of the world's non-saline surface water. With a depth of 5,387 feet, it's also the deepest, believed to be around 25 million years old. During freezing winters, the lake transforms into a spectacle with astonishing ice formations sculpted by freezing winds. Methane bubbles get trapped, and small particles merge into unique shapes. Rocks even sit atop icy pedestals. This natural wonder makes Lake Baikal one of Earth's most serene and mesmerizing destinations, well worth a visit. Number 3. Rigid Structure, Mauritania. Also known as the Eye of Africa, the rigid structure is a peculiar formation in the desert rock near the small town of Ouaddain in Mauritania. This inverse dome spans 25 miles in diameter, exhibiting exposed layers of rock resembling concentric rings. While it's easily visible from space, it's remarkably difficult to discern from ground level, blending seamlessly with its surroundings. The formation's origin has sparked scientific debate since its discovery in the 1930s. Initially believed to be an impact crater from a meteorite, the absence of superheated rocks has dismissed this hypothesis. Instead, it's believed to have formed over millions of years due to erosion of softer rock, likely deposited during a time when the region was underwater. The circular pattern of erosion remains unclear. Ridges and valleys follow the concentric lines of the structure, with evidence suggesting human habitation dating back hundreds of thousands of years. Despite this, no artifacts have been found at its center, discounting theories of it being a prehistoric mine. Given the delicate nature of the rock, calls have been made to designate the structure as a protected site to facilitate ongoing study and unlock its mysteries. Number 2. Fly Geyser, Nevada, USA. Located just 20 miles north of Gerlach in Nevada, Fly Geyser appears like a feature from another world. It originated from human activity, with a well drilled in 1916 for irrigation, resulting in boiling water that formed a calcium carbonate cone. A second drilling in 1964 created the geyser we see today. Water shoots about 5 feet high from several openings, forming a structure standing 25 to 30 feet tall. The geyser covers about 74 acres with various pools and platforms. Its unique silica content and algae deposits create vibrant colors, and its 200-degree Fahrenheit temperature produces quartz. Fly Geyser is one of a kind, unmatched by other nearby geysers, making it a remarkable sight found nowhere else on Earth. Number 1. Nikami, Mexico. The largest crystal I've ever seen pales in comparison to what miners discovered near Naka in Chihuahua, Mexico in 1910. At a depth of 390 feet, they found the Cave of Swords, filled with gypsum crystals up to 3 feet 3 inches long. 90 years later, another crew found the giant crystal cave at 980 feet below the surface. These crystals, formed from minerals deposited in hot water, include the largest known crystal, measuring 39 feet long, 13 feet wide, and weighing up to 55 tons. Unfortunately, the cave's harsh conditions, with temperatures of 136 degrees Fahrenheit and 99% humidity, make it inaccessible to humans without full safety gear. After a tragic incident involving a robber's death, the cave was permanently closed to visitors, allowing it to refill with water in hopes of preserving and growing the crystals until safer exploration methods are available. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to join the Vasti family. Have you ever visited any of these unreal places? Comment below and share your